Hey guys, just doing another ski tour today, skiing my way up and finding it really rather difficult. And I thought there's some really interesting, like high altitude biology going on right now. Now, animals that are adapted, that have evolved within these like high altitude environments, so kind of the birds, the eagles that fly up above me, the mountain goats, the chamois, the ibex, etc. They live in this environment that has a much lower air pressure, which means there's much less oxygen in the air. So that's why I'm finding it so difficult. And their hemoglobin is literally different to my hemoglobin. It has a higher affinity for oxygen. What that means is that the oxygen is going to bind to the hemoglobin more easily, which means that more oxygen gets transported around the body, which means that the body and the muscles get more oxygen for respiration and they can keep working for longer. Now, I'm finding it rather difficult, but some humans live at this high altitude all of the time, and what they have is other adaptations, and they start to produce more red blood cells. They produce more hemoglobin as well, and that means that they can transport and carry more oxygen around the body too. Now, some athletes use this to their advantage. They live at and they train at high altitude because that way their body has more of this hemoglobin and more of the oxygen. And in fact, actually, it used to be used as a way of doping for races. Athletes would go and train at high altitude. They would kind of take a blood transfusion. They would remove some of their blood because it would have all of that hemoglobin within it. And then they would have a blood transfusion just before their race, and that would mean that they would be able to kind of exercise for longer and harder and so on. But that has now been banned, and you don't really find it anymore taking place. But people do still go and train at altitude. So there you go, some very interesting high altitude biology for you.